Órale, Cholo Trucker, los tres chingones boxing shots to all the chingones y chingonas. And man, so look, Jake Paul had a match over the weekend. Sounds like it did some pretty damn good numbers. I thought this was a little bit of a dangerous fight for him in Nate Diaz, just because Diaz is a straight dog, and word was coming out that he's actually a pretty damn good boxer, right? But there's difference, there's a difference, man. It's always said in boxing, right? There's levels to this. And it is true. You can, train in boxing, but if your main thing is, mixed martial arts, then your boxing is definitely going to suffer, even though it's going to look good while you're hitting the pads and all. However, you're in there against Jake Paul, where a lot of people, or I should say, a lot of boxing fans criticize that this dude's not a real actual boxer. I know Jake Paul sometimes says a couple of outlandish things, like he is a real boxer and these are real boxing matches. And look, in a way, they are, man, because it's up to his level. He has no real amateur background in boxing. He kind of picked this up a little bit late. So I don't trash the guy. I don't trash the guy. When he first came around and started doing this and knocked out somebody like Nate Robinson, I was just kind of like, okay, cool. It's fun. It's whatever. I didn't really put too much stock into it. I just thought it was like, hey, two dummies that are looking for a paycheck, and that was about it. But as time has gone on, and he's putting a lot of money into the sport of boxing and for other boxers and other fighters, man, and real boxers, by the way, and helping them out and helping them get their name out there and giving them some pretty damn good paydays, really helping them out as opposed to some of these other promoters. You know what, man? You don't have to like the guy. I'm not telling anybody to like him, but I've come to somewhat respect the guy. I have, man. He's doing a lot for boxing, for the sport of boxing. Some could say, hey, he's an embarrassment to the sport of boxing. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. And for those that are saying, hey, he needs to fight other fighters, other real boxers. Well, if you don't consider him a real boxer, then why does he need to fight real boxers? Now, he did fight an actual real boxer in Tommy Fury, and he lost. Now, check this out. He loses, and he gets back into the ring. I know some people criticize, like, oh, yeah, but he's not going to get back into the ring with another boxer, huh? He has to go pick another MMA guy. Again, man, he's fighting to his level. Tommy Fury, while he's not like some huge veteran, man, with some, great boxing career, he comes from boxing. Jake Paul does not come from boxing. So yes, these fights do count as real boxing matches, but he's fighting to his level. How about this? How about the fact that he just fought a fighter? Yeah, maybe he didn't fight a boxer, but he fought a fighter, somebody who does throw hands. And he won. He knocked him down. And look, Nate Diaz, man, he had his moments. He did. Nate Diaz definitely had his moments. It looked like Jake Paul was starting to gas out, as a matter of fact. But personally, man, I don't really want to see Jake Paul like in there with some, crafty veteran or some knockout artist, because again, I do want to see him continue doing what he's doing, because he is helping out other fighters. He is putting spotlights on other fighters, man. He's doing things that some of these other boxing promoters are not doing. Or, you got to completely twist their arm for them to do. He's just doing it. So am I glad he has a loss? And am I glad he lost in his last fight with Tommy Fury? Yeah, I kind of am. I kind of am that he lost. Thus, he lost to a real boxer. So now you could just keep on fighting guys like this. And one day, I truly believe that one of these MMA guys or wrestlers or whatever is going to beat him. And I think that would be the start of the decline for Jake Paul. Unless, he gets in there with another boxer at some point. But look, man, again, I'm not trying to convince anybody to love the guy or anything like that. That's cool. If you want to hate him, hate him. If you don't want to respect him, don't respect him. But I'm just saying, look, man, he's doing a lot for boxing, and it's cool, dog. He's putting in the work. He's going in there and fighting some of these guys. Again, you could look at the competition and say, like, oh, but he's not fighting real guys. Well, I mean, how real is he when it comes to boxing, man? Yes, they're real fights. I get it. They count as real fights. I understand that. But he's fighting to his level. So I'm cool with it. I got no problem with it, man. Hey, congratulations to Jake Paul. And now he's probably going to be in the ring sooner than a lot of these other fighters that are so-called pay-per-view stars. Cholo Trucker, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. I'll catch you guys on next round.